City Bike is the biggest bike share system in North America.
That's governed by the New York City Department of Transportation.
You can pick up the bike and drop it off anywhere in the city.
Bikes are a relatively cheap way to put in more public transit that has a low carbon footprint. About 5 years ago, the number of bike shares in the country was in the single digits. It's rapidly expanding.
So we have New York, Chicago, DC, and Boston.
It's been put in each of these cities, it's just blown up. People love them.
We have a system of about 150 stations. There's mobile apps for phones so users can find out where stations are that have bikes. We have a huge student population and all the major colleges and universities have really gotten on board and put stations on their campuses. It benefits anybody that is here to work or to play.
Chicago is a very large bike share. It's the second largest bike share in the country in terms of the number of bikes that are there, that actually services a lot of the communities that aren't served by public transit.
My job is just to monitor the system. If there's too many in one section, we have to relocate them to another section so that they get distributed evenly to where users need them.
Picking them up from wherever they're overpopulated, replenishing the bikes where they're needed.
In the evenings, everything's set up for like the morning commutes. More bikes are in the residential areas so that people can ride to their offices downtown.
We also have field technicians who make repairs. The bike mechanics, which are in-house at several different locations.
We're fixing flats, the brakes, we're cleaning them. Definitely seen vomit on bikes, we've seen blood on bikes. We use gloves when we're cleaning them.
You can imagine a lot of wear and tear on a daily basis, especially with the streets of New York.
I first started working in the DC branch of Bike Share. We had a lot of scheduling issues. We also had some pay discrepancies.
Both internally within individual systems and then from system to system for people who are doing the same work.
Workplace situations that were unsafe.
We're situated under the Williamsburg Bridge. There's numerous health hazards, the loud noise from the trains going by. We have pigeons, we have poop everywhere.
One of the guys went in his locker to get his safety vest, and when he put it on, he had a rat crawling off the back of his neck.
Some of us, including myself, were working in a facility at the Farley Post Office building with no heat for 2 winters.
There was really no consistency with scheduling. People wouldn't know week to week where or when they're going to be working.
The equipment we were using was starting to get faulty. Hours were getting cut for employees. There wasn't access to benefits.
Chicago's faced a lot of problems that some of the other places haven't. The pay there is significantly lower, and they also used a temp agency for probably about half of their workforce at one point.
I spoke with some of my fellow coworkers and they all kind of reverberated how I was feeling, so I knew I wasn't the only one.
We all realized, even though we had different jobs in the company, we were all facing the same management and the same issues.
The organizing went very quickly.
We got so much support, the company actually gave in and voluntarily recognized days before the election. To have a union this soon with like a new industry is amazing.
So this is a contract that is excellent for TWU workers. It's a contract that is excellent for the riders and users of the bike share, and it's good for the company as well. It's a contract that we would be looking to use as a template to expand across the country as we continue to organize bike share cities.
When I first started working with the folks at Divvy, it was probably about 70% part-time. Now it's at least 60% full-time. So that's been a really major win for people who are concerned about health insurance, which they only got through being full-time. With Capital Bike Share, they're going to be going around and talking to their council members about trying to preserve the jobs as they exist and making sure that they continue to be good union jobs because they've fought for them.
Labor is what transforms society and makes it possible for us to exist. A car is built by labor, a street is built by labor, a bus is built by labor, your house is built by labor, your school is built by labor, and one of the things that being a member of a union does is make you understand the value of your own labor.
We have a voice and that we can continue to have conversations about how to improve the business and have an equal say in that.
Look forward to the future and building a strong bike share community throughout the country.